Hey, ladies, I have a very serious question for you today. And I know it's probably hard for you, those of you who are watching me on video, to take me serious, looking like I do. But listen, it's really hot out. I just took Bash for a walk, and y'all know I be getting them skin cancers all the time. So I gotta keep myself covered up now. So I look ridiculous, but try to take this serious anyways, okay? Here's the question. Have you ever, or how often do you, is probably a better way to phrase this, eat or drink something that you don't even want, but just to avoid hurting somebody's feelings? And if at first you're like, never, Nikki, why would I do that? I'm going to give you some examples. Then you might be like, all right, yeah, I might be guilty of doing that. Because here's the thing, it's hard enough not to eat the food that we want to eat, right? Like, you guys know I talk about it all the time. I'm a foodie. My food noise is up to like 10 sometimes. And so just not eating things that I actually want to eat, that's a chore in and of itself. But I see women doing this all the freaking time where they're actually eating things, consuming calories, drinking things, whatever. They don't even want. They don't even want. They just don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about when I talk about like the mindset of weight loss, right? Like we're all obsessed with like how do we optimize our hormones and how much protein do we need and what do our calories need to be? And all of that matters, but in the grand scheme of things, if we don't work through the mindset junk that keeps us from hitting the calories or the macros that we're trying to hit or doing the workouts that we want to do, because sometimes we're skipping workouts because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Like our people pleasing can be more of an issue than our metabolism ever thought to be. And the reason I'm bringing this up when I am is because this is a conversation that I've been having a lot lately. But honestly, like it's something that resurfaces all the time. So I'm going to lay out some examples. And if you think that I'm specifically picking on you, just know that I'm probably not even thinking about you. This is such a common conversation that I have. This is one of these talks where all my clients are going to reach out to me and be like, oh my gosh, okay, I hear you loud and clear. I'll stop doing that. And I'll just giggle and be like, oh, I actually wasn't even thinking of you. But yeah, you too, girl, because it's that freaking common. So you know that you don't really want to spend 500 calories on a Starbucks latte anymore. You're like, all right, I'm not drinking my calories, whether you're calorie counting or not. You know, like that latte, it ain't doing it for you. And you're like, I'd rather have those calories, but I'd rather get to like enjoy a piece of cake or a couple glasses of wine or like what the calories in that latte represent. I don't need the latte. I can skip that. But your husband, he's so sweet and he knows how much you enjoy that latte, or at least he thinks that for some reason, because you ordered one time 22 years ago when you guys first started dating, when he was like obsessed with you and was like, oh my God, she's so pretty and she loves lattes and I'm gonna buy her lattes every Saturday. It's like, well, listen, bro. It was 22 years ago. I don't even like these lattes anymore, but it's cute, right? And so you don't want to hurt his feelings. And also, those lattes are like, I don't know, they're probably like $17 now. I haven't been to Starbucks in forever, but I'm sure there's a tariff on those too. And so you don't want to waste the money by dumping it out. You don't want to hurt his feelings. And so you drink it, right? Here's an example. This one is specific and she'll know exactly that I'm talking about her and she's cool with it. She shares the story all the time. This isn't about ingesting something, but this is about skipping something to not hurt somebody's feelings. So one of my clients is having a really hard time getting her step count in. And she was like, well, when I would really love to do it is just like right after dinner. And I'm like, okay, well, why aren't you doing it right after dinner then? Well, that's my time that I hang out with my husband. But really, I just end up getting the dishes and the kitchen cleanup done. And then I hang out with my husband. I was like, okay, so right after dinner, you're not actually hanging out with your husband. So, like, can you skip that for a little bit? Can he do the cleanup? Is he going to be offended if you skip this time with him? Or did you just make up that he'll be offended? And she was like, I actually don't know if it would bother him or not. I've never asked. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. We just make assumptions, right? So they have this conversation, and he's like, You cooked. I'm happy to clean. And I don't want to go on your walks with you. Like you keep trying to badger me to go on the walks because it's good for both of us, but like I don't want to. And so I would so much rather clean the kitchen and you go on your walk. And then we can hang out when we're done because you're right. We're not hanging out while you're cleaning the kitchen anyways. Problem solved, right? This people pleasing thing was keeping her from doing an activity that she wanted to do, that her husband was actually on board with her doing, and it got her out of cleaning the kitchen. Like there's so many wins in this, right? Women go out to eat and or out to hang out with friends or something, and somebody buys a round, and you're like, and this is not me saying you guys can't drink, but like if you've decided you're going to cut back on calories from alcohol, and you're like, okay, I'm going to give myself two drinks. They're going to be light beers or vodka with soda or something. And then your friends order a bunch of foo-foo shots. And it's not even straight liquor, which I'm it's probably not the best idea to do anyways, but at least it's less calories. It's like these foo-foo shots with like Kahlua and a bunch of like craziness in it. And you're like, I literally don't even want to drink this, but somebody bought it for me, so I feel bad if I don't drink it. And it's like, okay, time out. Literally, what are we doing as grown women if we're eating things because it's going to make somebody feel bad? Somebody, a coworker, it's your birthday and they bake you a cake. That's so nice. And they took the time to do it. And I'm not saying that you should be like a jerk to them and be like, you know that I'm trying to lose weight. Why would you bake me a cake? That's so stupid. Don't be like that. But you also don't gotta smash the whole cake just because Betsy spent all day on Saturday making it for you. You can be like, oh my gosh, thank you. This is beautiful. Let's all cut into it together. And then you can just share it right there with all the coworkers and you take a tiny little sliver. Or you take it home, you say thank you, you take it home, you have a piece, you freeze the rest, you give the rest away. You like, it doesn't have to be Smash Fest because somebody made it for you. And so, like, as moms, we would all tell our teenage daughters or nieces or bestie or whoever, think of a woman in your life. You would always give her the advice that, like, what goes in her body is her choice. There's so many paths we could take this conversation. My body, my choice. Yes, girl. If you're gonna eat, if you're gonna drink, if you're gonna be with dudes, like whatever the thing is, right? Your body, you decide what goes into it. So this whole like I'm placating people to not hurt their feelings, and then that's affecting my health. It's like I get it. I so get it. I'm totally not trying to sound like a jerk. And also, can I just be a jerk for a second and be like, but so for real, we need to own our own shit. Because ultimately, it's not your coworker, it's not your husband, it's not your friends who bought you shots. Like, it doesn't matter who presented you with this option to consume food or beverage that isn't helping you reach your goals. It's on us if we actually partake. So, I don't know if you know this about me, but I was born giving zero Fs. And like peer pressure just literally doesn't work on me because if you want me to do something I don't want to do, it actually makes me not want to do it more, not less, because I'm so stubborn. So if you ever see me like giving into peer pressure, just know it's because I actually thoroughly wanted to do that. And that's the case a lot of times, right? Somebody's presenting us with an option that we do really want. Like your husband's like, you want to get pizza tonight from Buongiorno's is my favorite local pizzeria with like BLT pizza. I'm gonna have a really hard time saying no to that. Do I? Yes, I say no to it. But like, I want that. If I say yes, it's not because I feel bad. It's because shit, I want that. That is its own type of peer pressure we got to deal with. But like, if you're eating things you don't even want just to be nice, but think about what that is because it's more than just you saying yes to food that you don't want. That sounds pretty benign. It's like, Nikki, what's the big deal? Somebody bought me a cookie and I didn't want to be mean, so I ate it. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is your every bite that we take and don't take, and you guys know I don't mean that you have to eat perfectly, right? But like every bite you take and don't take, every step that you take and don't take, every workout that you take or don't do, like all of these choices, they add up and it ultimately determines our health. It's more than just our weight. Like, yes, those things are going to affect your weight. They're also going to affect if you have heart disease, cancer, live outside of a nursing home or have other people taking care of you. So it's like they seem like small choices in the moment. I'm all about you eating a cookie, girl. You know I am. If it's because you want the cookie and you're going to enjoy it, totally guilt-free. But if you're partaking in things that you don't even want and then you feel bad about it and you're like, I didn't even want that. Why'd I eat that? I'm never going to reach my goals. So now you're beating yourself up. And it's like, but we got to address what the real issue is. The real issue isn't the cookie. The real issue is you not feeling like you can say no if it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. But it's like, but it's your body. So it's really like having these conversations with people. And this is something I coach my clients on a lot is like, not everybody needs a conversation with you. You don't have to explain yourself to most people. For most people, you just say, no, thank you. Here, do you want this? No, thank you. Don't explain why. The more explaining you do, the more it turns into a conversation that you don't even need to be having. First of all, it's none of their business, don't matter. But also then it turns into like, if you're like, well, I don't want that because, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. And then they're like, oh, but you look so great. It just turns into this whole thing. Oh, one piece of cake's not gonna hurt you. If you just don't explain why you don't want it, just shuts it down. Like, no thanks. And then for the humans in your life where they are more intricately woven into your space, like a spouse who keeps bringing you a Starbucks or something, or keeps suggesting your favorite Mexican restaurant on Tuesdays. And you're like, well, listen, I'm all about going out while I'm losing weight, but I can't be going out Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and just smashing whatever. So maybe you got to have a conversation that's like, hey, I have a really hard time saying no to that as it is. Can you not suggest it? Uh, or babe, it's so sweet that you bring me those Starbucks. I love that you think of me and that you remember that in 1997 you saw me order this thing one time. So sweet. But right now, I'm not going to drink those because goals, okay? So don't buy them for me anymore. Now, you've established a boundary for yourself. That is not mean. That is not rude. This man can show you he loves you another way. I don't want you to buy me a Starbucks. Go fill up my gas tank. Give me a back rub. He can show you he loves you some other way. All right. You two can figure out what that's going to be, but it doesn't need to be the Starbucks. Now, if this person breaks the boundary and you dump the Starbucks out, girl, that ain't on you. You established a boundary and then you were not heard. The person disregarded it. They didn't give a F what you said. And so if that's the case, then who cares if you're hurting their feelings? They're not honoring your feelings. And so for real, aren't you allowed to have feelings about your own body and what you want to put in it? And it's really not up to anybody else or any other business. And anybody who's going to get their feelings hurt and get their panties in a twist that you don't want to put something toxic in your body when you're trying to improve it. Well, that sounds like a them problem. I'm really trying not to be a jerk here, but that sounds like that person has some emotional maturing to do, and that's not on you. And it shouldn't prevent you from getting to your goals just because that person's emotionally immature. And so I just went down the dark path of somebody who actually is being a jerk to you. But 9 times out of 10, people aren't even being mean to us or demanding that we have the things. They're just being nice and offering us things. And we make all these assumptions that we will hurt their feelings if we don't partake. And like 9 times out of 10, it wouldn't hurt their feelings at all. They would totally understand because they're reasonable human beings who love you and want what's best for you. And if you tell them, well, what's best for me is not me smashing a bunch of cookies and ice cream. And so I'm not going to do that anymore. And then they're like, okay, cool. So I hope that one got your wheels turning. If you know that you happen to have a little people-pleasing tendencies or you're very, very empathetic, right? My natural empaths, they really don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I love, love, love that about you. I don't love it enough to let it ruin your health. We got to draw a line in the sand here somewhere, sister. So let me know how this one lands. I know that was kind of a strange topic, but swear, I see it all the time. So if this is something that's been getting you stuck, know that you are not alone, sister. This is so common. And these are the conversations that I think are really important for us to have because if you've been struggling with it, you might think it's just you. And be like, well, I'm 57 years old. Why can't I just tell my friend Sally, no, I don't want to go get bottomless breadsticks with you at Olive Garden. But so if you're thinking it's just you, it's totally not. All right. Shoot me a message. Let me know how this one floats for you girls.